You are in the right place at the right time to make your life take off. The message here is the icing on the cake for those who want to prosper in all areas of life. And when we talk about prosperity, it's not just about the financial aspect. Prospering means more. It means growing, advancing. All areas of your life need to prosper. Financial, emotional, mental, your relationships, your health, and spirituality. All of this needs to prosper because the Creator intended it to be this way. Just observe how everything in nature prospers. A river, for example, is not a large, stagnant pool. It thrives toward the sea, seeking the ocean. A seed thrives toward becoming a tree. A newborn baby thrives toward growth and maturity. Absolutely everything in our world was made to prosper. It would be no different for you. However, the question that arises most often is, I've done many things. I meditate, I give thanks, but my life simply doesn't flow. People think that raising vibration is a purely mental process, that simply working the mind and thinking can create everything. However, a human being's personal vibration isn't just the result of the functioning of the thinking mind. It is a set of 4 factors, 4 pillars: beliefs, emotions, communication, and actions. One of the most important pillars for achieving positive results in life is the pillar of action. Raising your vibration isn't just about working on your beliefs. This is important, but ultimately, through working on your beliefs, controlling your emotions, emotional intelligence, and communicating with yourself and others, everything culminates in action. What do you do in practice, in your daily life, to raise your vibration? What action do you take daily, consistently, toward the results you desire? How do you manage your vibration through your actions and behavior? The results we achieve in life depend on how we behave, on the choices we make. It's no use thinking that simply thinking about something is enough to create it. This is true, but at a level of consciousness expansion that most have not yet reached. For beginners, it's necessary to work on actions. There is no point in listening to frequencies or mental reprogramming. If you do put them into practice, worse still, knowledge without practice intoxicates a person. Energy becomes stagnant, because the universe is made of flux. It's not enough to simply absorb, you have to act. If you're eating poorly, having destructive habits, don't know how to communicate clearly, or don't put your plans into action, what can happen? Everything stagnates. Your actions must be aligned with the frequency you desire. Many in the field of self-knowledge don't talk about exercising your physical body, eating well, sleeping well, or working on side projects. People take courses, read books, and just keep thinking that reality will collapse before them. It's not like that. There's a delay between imagining, mentalizing, and co-creating. This happens because of our level of consciousness. Consciousness grows faster when it's expanded, or slower when it's restricted. Years of study show that the mind is powerful and that if you clear limiting beliefs, life begins to flow. You just need to step out of your comfort zone. But some people use this knowledge as an excuse not to act, believing that simply thinking can collapse reality. This is magical thinking. Many people accumulate knowledge, but life remains stagnant. Where is the problem? In knowledge or in understanding what should be done with it? If you want to prosper, you need to learn a great lesson from nature. Movement. The first Hermetic law states, nothing stands still, everything moves, everything vibrates. Nature is in constant motion. Everything that does not participate in this movement dies, because life is movement. Returning to the 4 pillars, beliefs, emotions, communication, and action, you need to move your beliefs. Constantly self-evaluating and reprogramming. You need to cultivate good emotions. If you are an irritable, anxious person, what will you create? There will be no flow. You need to move your communication, train, and be skillful in expression, both with others and with yourself and the universe. Without action, there are no results. The functioning of this universe is karmic. Karma, in Sanskrit, means action. Life is a constant construction of karma, which can be positive or negative, depending on the action. You are reaping the results of past actions, but you are also constantly taking action. And through these new actions, you can change your reality. Nothing is fixed. We need to access a new dimension of reality creation. Much has been said about the mind. Many understand that it has the power to create, but in practice, the results are not always as expected. Now, you need to work on karma. That is, the actions you take every day, consistently. Action generates reaction, Everything is born from action, and who acts you a conscious being. Not acting is also an action, it is a choice. Inaction generates karma. The more negative the current situation, the more action is needed. But not just any action, inspired action. It's not enough to act for the sake of acting. It requires direction. Someone might say, I'm acting, working hard, and I'm not getting results. Why? Because it's not enough to act. You need to act in the right direction, with a clear purpose. You need to have a strategy to act inspired. Inspired by what? By the information your own essence provides, which is wiser than the thinking ego, but you need to give it space to communicate with you. You need to calm your mind, meditate, and reduce mental noise. If you're working 12 hours a day at a job that doesn't value you, that drains you, you're wasting energy on an action that doesn't benefit you. The icing on the cake of reality creation is simple. Your personal vibration is the sum total of the vibrations of your beliefs, emotions, communication, and actions. If you want to thrive, you need to work on each of these areas. But there's a hidden factor: purpose. There's no point in reprogramming beliefs if you don't know which beliefs to strengthen. There's no point in balancing emotions if you don't have something good to be passionate about. There's no point in working on communication if you don't know where you want to go. And there's no point in taking action if you don't know why you're acting. Purpose is the compass that guides life. And the first idea we need to break is that it needs to be grand. Purpose isn't necessarily something special. It can be simple, like being closer to family, or breaking a cycle of scarcity. It's just a guiding objective. Remember the river. Its purpose is to reach the sea. What's grand about that? It's simple, yet profound. You don't need courses to discover your purpose. Just answer, where do you want to go? Why do you want to prosper? For whom? For what? If you know how to answer, you will have defined your purpose, but you can't forget it. It should be a daily motto, a mantra. If you know where you're going, you don't need to know how to get there. With a clear purpose, all you need to do is eliminate limiting beliefs, channel your emotions toward your goal, work on communication, and act consistently. If you do this, you will prosper. It's inevitable. If you tried and failed, it's because you neglected one of these pillars, or don't know where you're going. By adjusting everything, you will prosper. Now, a spiritual message on prosperity in action. Life is a divine flow, and you are exactly where you need to be to awaken your potential. Prospering is not just about material wealth, but about growth in all areas: emotional, mental, spiritual, and relational. Just as a river flows toward the sea, you too were designed to move forward. Observe nature. Everything grows, transforms, and fulfills its purpose. You are no exception. Believe me, this is the time to expand. Many seek change only in the realm of ideas, but true transformation requires action. Meditation or visualization is not enough. It requires aligning beliefs, emotions, communication, and movement. Ask yourself, what are you doing today to get closer to your dreams? Consistent actions, no matter how small, create the path. Remember, the universe responds to what you manifest, not just what you desire. Stop expecting miracles and become the miracle through your actions. Stagnation arises when we resist the natural flow of life. The first Hermetic law teaches us, everything vibrates, everything moves. If you feel stuck, it's time to shake off old patterns, cultivate elevated emotions, purify your thoughts, and communicate clearly, including with your own soul. But above all, take action. Karma isn't an immutable destiny, it's the harvest of the seeds you plant now. Each step, even uncertain ones, redefines your future. Purpose doesn't have to be grand to be powerful. It can be as simple as loving more, serving, or breaking cycles of limitation. Like a river that persists in reaching the ocean, your focus must be clear. Ask yourself, why do I want to prosper? The answer is your beacon. When you know where you're going, the how reveals itself along the way. Don't expect perfection. Start with what you have, where you are. The spiritual journey is practical, not theoretical. You already have everything you need to prosper. Reflect, what beliefs still limit you? What emotions dominate your days? Are your actions aligned with your purpose? Adjust these pillars, and growth will be inevitable. Life is movement, and you are the creator of your reality. Today is the day to choose to flow. Take a deep breath, listen to your essence, and take the next step. The universe conspires in favor of those who dare to act. Now, a guided meditation for prosperity in action. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, feeling that you are in the right place, at the perfect time for your awakening. Imagine yourself as a river flowing toward the sea. Every cell of your being was designed to thrive. Observe how the nature around you grows effortlessly. The trees, the stars, the wind. Feel that you, too, are part of this sacred movement. Allow yourself to silently affirm, I am part of the divine flow of life. Now, delve into the 4 pillars of your vibration: beliefs, emotions, communication, and actions. Visualize each as a column of light within you. Are any limiting beliefs obscuring your light? Release it with a long exhale. Feel your emotions. Are they light or heavy? Imagine them transforming into bright colors. Repeat, my vibration rises with awareness and choices. Connect with the power of inspired action. Ask your heart, what small step can I take today toward my dreams? Listen for the subtle answer. Maybe it's adjusting a habit, expressing a truth, or simply resting. See yourself performing that action with clarity and confidence. Remember, the universe only responds to movement. Whisper, my actions are seeds of the reality I wish to harvest. Bring to mind your purpose. It doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as to be happy or to serve with love. Visualize it as a beacon illuminating your path. If doubts arise, ask, does this bring me closer to my purpose? Feel the answer as a warmth in your chest. Affirm, my purpose guides me, and my actions lead me to it. Now, imagine a golden chain connecting your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Each link represents a day of conscious choices. See this chain extending into the future, creating a path of prosperity. Feel the positive karma you are building now. In this moment, inhale and say, every action of mine shapes a lighter and more abundant destiny. Finally, bring your hands to your heart and give thanks. You are a co-creator of your reality. Promise yourself, today, I will take one concrete step toward my prosperity. When you're ready, open your eyes and bring this certainty into your day. Life is movement and you've already begun to dance.